Hey guys, Simon here bringing you 10 things you don't know about Star Wars Battlefront. In the video we will cover some Easter eggs, trivia, references, and some game mechanics that you guys may have missed or just didn't know about. Before we get started though, I'm going to ask that if you learned something new and enjoy the video, you go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Alright, let's get started. At number 10 we have the Stormtrooper head bump. Starting off this list is a pretty random but yet very cool callback to the original trilogy, specifically A New Hope. In the training section of the game, in the very first mission, you will receive instructions on how to use the AT-ST. Before this begins, though, we are giving a cutscene of Lord Vader speaking to some Stormtroopers. If you can spare the few seconds and keep your eyes focused in the background, you can see a Stormtrooper in the back that's walking bump his head on a crossbeam, similar to the opening of A New Hope when the Stormtroopers are boarding the Rebel shuttle and one manages to bang his head on the overhang of a blast door. Just a cool Easter egg just to start out the game. At number 9 we have ship and hero icon pickups. Number 9 isn't so much trivia as it is a helpful hint because I didn't know this when I started playing, so I thought I would help others out too. When playing the larger battles such as Supremacy or Walker Assault, you are able to become a hero or a villain. For Squadron Battle, the Millennium Falcon or Slave 1. For the Squadron battles, after the battle starts, about 30 seconds or so the power-up will spawn, in a specific location for each map. This one will appear different than the others and will have a lightsaber inside of it. This power-up allows you to become either of the special ships for the match of Squadron Battle, or a hero or a villain for Supremacy or Walker Assault. For the latter battles, I have found that the icons at the start of the match will spawn pretty much right when the match begins. However, these icons for these battles seem to spawn in multiple specific locations throughout the map, so you kinda just have to run and get lucky when you pick one up. Once you do pick one up, however, you'll be able to choose from one of the heroes in the match. You are on a time limit though with your choice. Once you do pick your hero, you're able to play that person until you die or until the match ends. Each character and ship has its own positives and negatives, but I feel this was a helpful hint to those looking to be either of the iconic ships or the characters from the movies and didn't have a clue on how to do it. As a side note on the character power-up, if you do pick up the icon and die before you get to choose which character or ship you'll become, you lose the icon and you won't be able to play as either of those. At number 8 we have the Star Destroyer Destroyed. This was a cool visual I saw while playing. On the map Sulphur Fields, you can spot 2 Star Destroyers up in the sky along with an air battle that is taking place against them. At some point into the match though, if you are winning as the Rebels, or maybe this just always happens with a computer, one of the Star Destroyers will explode into a fiery explosion in the sky and slowly fall to the surface. You can't get to the crash site, but this is still a really cool visual to see while the game is going on. At number 7 we have the Hoth Door. Similar to 10, this one is another Easter egg nod to the original trilogy, this time The Empire Strikes Back. In a deleted scene on Hoth, there is a room in Echo Base that has been locked off with a danger sign. This is because Wampas have somehow managed to break into the base and have started causing problems. The Rebels' answer to this? Simple. Lock the door, throw away the key, and put up a big ass yellow sign. Or a small yellow sign. We are unable to open this door, but that is to our benefit, as you can see from this clip that this would not turn out too well for us. At number 6 we have K-3PO. Staying on Hoth for a minute longer, we have the C-3PO look-alike, K-3PO. It would first appear to look like old Goldenrod has been shot dead, covered in snow, and left for the Imperials, but in fact it is another droid entirely, and that droid is K-3PO. Who is K-3PO, you ask? Well, believe it or not, this droid, because of its tactical abilities for combat, was granted the rank of Lieutenant in the Rebel Alliance, denoted by the 2 red markings on his chest, which also helps to identify him as K-3PO. At number 5 we have the Krayt Dragon's Bones. On the Tatooine map, if you run past the sail barge, you can spot this over to the side. There is a large formation of bones that rest upon the sands that you may recognize from A New Hope as the bones of the Krayt Dragon. In the scene, C-3PO and R2-D2, after having crash landed on Tatooine, are walking, and in the background, if you look past them, you can see the bones of what used to be a giant beast. That beast was the Krayt Dragon. We get another hint of this animal when Ben Kenobi first shows up and imitates the sound to scare off the Tusken Raiders. For us, it's just a neat little Easter egg that they decided to toss in the game. At number 4 we have the Sarlacc Pit. Staying on Tatooine for just a little bit longer, we have that Sarlacc Pit. This is just a cool Easter egg to find. If you run around and find it, the Sarlacc Pit is located on Tatooine, obviously. Similar to the movie, if you fall in it, it will begin to slowly digest you and pretty much kill you in a few beats of the clock. It has no real other purpose in the game other than letting you look at it, shoot it, and if you feel cool, pull a boba and fall on in. At number 3, we have the Tusken Raiders. Out on Tatooine, on one of the survival missions, are the Tusken Raiders. If you look up to the higher rock formation, you can spot a few of these guys hiding out. They stand up, raise their staffs, looks like they holler at you, and then they bend back down. They don't really do much else after that. It seems to be that they're just there as cheerleaders for the Imperials. At number 2, we have the Power-Up Exchange. This is just another helpful hint for you. In the game are power-ups that you get for doing different things in different modes. In some modes, they're just out there for the battle. Essentially, it's a token that gives you a special weapon to inflict some extra damage, or a defensive weapon that'll help you hold a point or do whatever you need to do. These power-ups, however, can be exchanged. If you're holding a power-up you don't want, simply run up to a new power-up that you would like to switch out, hold down X or square depending on the system you are playing, and it should swap out the power-ups for you. This is a helpful way for you to get the item you want and not have to waste something for a teammate. At number 1, we have Ship Power. You know what you heard. This one is another helpful hint for you. When flying any ship, depending on how fast you are going, will affect the amount of damage done by your blaster fire. The faster you go, the less amount of damage you will deal. Whereas if you lock onto your target and pull back on the left stick, slowing your ship down, simply blast away and it should blow the ship up pretty fast. You can compare this simply by doing the same thing over and flying as you normally would and blasting away. However, it's going to take a lot more blaster fire for you to blow those ships out of the sky.
Bad news. A transport ship was destroyed. Hostile down. Imperial, on your tail.
Well guys, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm looking to do more Battlefront content in the following months and would like to hear back from you guys on things you would like to see or some things you would like to know. Any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll see you next time. Thanks again.